which means we basically spent the last month talking about all the games that were wonderful from 2013. I'm not going to do that today since this is my show, and what I really want to talk about is 5 games from 2013 that just really sucked. My name's Jess McDonald and this is The Gist. So this one is a bit of a cheat since technically it came out towards the end of last year, but since it's been rebranded and re-released this year, I'm willing to cut it some slack, before I tear it to pieces. First available in October of last year, The War Z was pulled from Steam just 2 days after launch due to false advertising, since several features listed in the store description weren't actually in there. Then, after being made available again in February of this year, critics and users saw that it wasn't just that the devs were liars, it's that the whole thing freaking sucks. From horrible microtransaction integration to design, bugs and beyond, executive producer of the game, Sergey Titov, proved that not only is he a sucky person who uses homophobic slurs, his game is total crap too. Which it seemed he realized when in June of this year he rebranded the game to be Infestation Survivor Stories. Unfortunately, this didn't change his reputation or the fact that the game still sucked. The War Z was not the only game that got dropped from Steam though, as Ashes Cricket 2013 also shared that high honor, though it doesn't look like it'll be returning. After less than a month of being officially out, this game has already been regarded as one of the worst games of all time. Seriously, that's almost impressive. Ashes Cricket seems to have achieved this through having as many bugs as it has cricket balls, awful graphics, straight up non-functioning gameplay, and the power to bring shame to all of 505 Games who have pretty much abandoned their Twitter feed. Earning one of the lowest scores I've seen given to a game of this year, Ride to Hell Retribution is currently taking the cake for the biggest waste of money. The 1960s biker culture inspired action adventure is also primed to take a worst game of all time spot due to repetitive gameplay, technical issues, and the portrayal of women, which has to concern you given we barely batted an eyelid at GTA 5 and this is being brought up in the headlined causes of Ride to Hell crappiness. It's currently grabbed 1 out of 10s from Eurogamer, us, and pretty much everybody else. Here at GameSpot, Daniel Starkey called it hideous and lazy, which sounds like a fair assessment. Just don't buy it. I know you're kind of thinking about it, but seriously, just don't. Next up is an Xbox One game which will be doing the opposite of system selling because The Fighter Within is simply terrible. The best laid example of why playing fighters with the Kinect still sucks, the motion control brawler Fighter Within not only wants you to look like an idiot by throwing punches near your TV, but it's also planning to mock you as you do so by making you punch to use menus and refuse to translate your motion to screen at random intervals. Beyond that, the animations are lazy, the story is crap, and the protagonist will bore you to tears. The dialogue does almost get to a point where it feels like watching a B-grade horror film, and it's almost so bad that it's good, but then it's not.
I'm taking this dinosaur and I'm out of here.
Probably a good gag gift for someone you don't like very much, but other than that, I would stay far away from this one. Really far away. Last but not least, one of this year's more controversial failures was Aliens Colonial Marines, because it shouldn't have been this crap and we're angry. Like many of today's horrible 2013 game examples, the problems here were largely bugs, graphics that didn't deliver, and unbalanced gameplay punctuated by crudely implemented multiplayer co-op. Across the board, Aliens was closer to a 4 or a 5 than a 1, and even grabbed itself a 9 somehow, but the number of gamers who felt let down by what should have been a strong game, built upon an awesome legacy, keep it firmly planted in my selection of this year's games you'll probably want to pretend never happened. What was your pick for the worst game of 2013? Was it one of the above or something completely different? You can let me know in the comments down below or on my Twitter where I'm at Jess McDonald. In the meantime, I hope you have an excellent holiday and I hope it's exactly the opposite of all these terrible games. I'll see you again next week.